Hello, I'm Daphne Goode, and we're here today at the Cowichan Lawn Bowling Club. You are going to meet some of the friendliest people you've ever met in the Cowichan Valley in this gorgeous setting. Thanks for joining us on Go Island, Cowichan Valley. On today's show, progress is being made on the Cobble Hill Pavilion, getting out on the greens for lawn bowling this spring season, and enjoying local cheeses on Salt Spring Island. All that and much more on Go Island, Cowichan Valley. The greens are cluttered with people enjoying the social life and competition. This is Cowichan Lawn Bowling Club, where there are plenty of leagues, fun games, barbecues, and free lessons. The formal all-white clothing rule is more flexible here at this friendly club. There are few restrictions on the greens and lots of hospitality for anyone new to the game. I'm with the coaching director, Phil Ingram, here at the club. And Phil, how did you get started in the first place with lawn bowling?
I needed something to do, and I loved sports. Saw it advertised in the paper, and it's history now.
Wow.
I'm in the game.
That was simple, and I understand you're quite a good competitor, so you've won some trophies?
Thank you. Yes.
That's fun.
You betcha.
So obviously you didn't just enjoy it, you're actually really good at it. How did you become pretty proficient?
You know, I did most of my practicing here. People teased me. They said, you must have a bed in the back room there somewhere, because I was here all the time. So I just kept practicing and practicing, and then won a few tournaments, in-house tournaments, then ended up going to Victoria, and opportunities to go from there. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But I've been fortunate. I've had some very good successes and good support, and that makes a big difference. Good coaching was given to me, and that's what I like about coaching, because now I get to share it.
That's wonderful. Well, let's have a look at the game, and perhaps you could give us a better understanding of what's happening. And I know it takes quite a bit of strategy.
It does. There's a lot of strategy to it, and I'd like to say that if you want to join bowling, it can be the most relaxing game, like a stroll in the park on a Sunday afternoon, or it can be as competitive and intense as golfing with Tiger Woods. So whatever you would like to get out of this game, it's here. And I like the thoughts of children coming. You see a lot of adults and older people here, but today I was reading, there's a famous little fellow in Australia, 4 years old, and he's dynamite already. So I encourage young people to come out and bowl too. So this game that we see here in progress right now, a game can consist of two single people, one person, two singles playing against each other. It can be doubles, trips, or fours. And then they all have a different amount of bowls depending on how big their teams are. And in this case, we have fours playing. So the people that get closest to the jack, which is the white bowl that's being bowled out right now, that's called the jack. And the aim of the game is to get as many of your teammates' bowls as close to the jack as possible. And you can get rather aggressive and knock each other out or take the jack away to another place. You can just do whatever you want. Most things are open. If you go out of bounds, you're out of bounds.
I'm with Pat Unger, and Pat, you've been involved with the Cowichan Lawn Bowling Club for quite some time, and I really noticed the social side. There's such a lot going on here. Tell us about the social evenings that you have.
Well, to me, that's one of the best features of our club. It's very, very social. We have a lot of mixed bowling opportunities, weekday mornings, weekday evenings. People come out, they put their name up on the board, and it's a mixed draw. So that's great. Gender Day happens on Wednesday mornings at 10 o'clock. And what we do is the ladies come out, the men come out, and the ladies play against ladies, and men play against the men. And the ladies have the good sense to stop partway through and have tea and goodies or coffee. But the men haven't figured that out yet. They just want to carry on, and then of course they're unhappy when their spouse isn't quite ready when they're ready to go home.
So for those people who are working and maybe would like to come down on weekends, there is bag lunch bowls on Saturday.
There's bag lunch bowls on Saturday. Early in the season we start that at 11 o'clock. Everybody brings their lunch. We bowl about half a game, and then we get together for our lunch and some socializing, and then go back out on the green and finish the game. And you talked about people that might be working. We do have in the evening at 6 o'clock, there's an open draw as well. And that would be mixed and very casual. You just drop in, put your name up on the board, and a team is formed.
Nice.
Yeah.
And there are also lots of barbecues. That goes with summer and hanging out on this beautiful green.
Yes. We have a couple of members who have taken on the responsibility of organizing that. And what people do is we come out, we meet about 4 o'clock. We bowl, and then about 6 o'clock, the barbecues are all hot and ready to go. Everybody brings their own meat, but the gals it's usually the gals that organize it. Somebody brings a potato or rice dish, somebody else brings salad. If we're lucky, we get a dessert. And yeah, it's just a wonderful social event. It's become very popular, and we usually have music playing while we're bowling, which is unheard of in competitive bowling, of course. But for Friday night barbecue and bowls, that's what we do, and it's lots of fun.
We're going to take just a little short break, and then we'll be back here at the Cowichan Lawn Bowling Club. But we'll also be telling you about a great new place being built in Cobble Hill, especially for events and celebrations. That's after the break. Well, there has to be somebody in charge, and I'm with Dredge Dreger, who is the president of the club here. Dredge, you were boating for many years, now you're into lawn bowling. That must have been an interesting transition.
Yes, it was. Well, my wife and I liked to be active in sports, and boating was an active for us. And we were sailors and power boaters. And so then when we decided to move on to do something else, we came to an open house here and immediately joined, and it has been fabulous. Well, the social aspect of it is great, and plus the physical fitness.
Super. Well, I just want to talk about the social aspect because there's a ton of things going on here. I understand on statutory holidays there's special dress-up days, and you play something that's a bit different.
They're called jitneys, and the jitney is organized by a person or a couple, and they will take a lawn bowling and modify it so that it becomes a fun thing instead of a traditional back and forth.
Oh, that's always nice.
Sometimes they lay the green out with lines and challenges. So, and it's a social day, and we have them virtually every holiday long weekend.
Nice to have something a little bit different.
Yes, it is. And then we do have our leagues, which are 3 times a week, and as most clubs do. We have our club leagues and competitions, and we have the inter-club competitions. And those that choose inter-club usually practice and become very capable bowlers, like Phil.
Yeah, she seems to be very good at what she does. Now, I just want to talk about the equipment. The bowls come in different sizes. How do you determine what's best for you?
Well, because they come in sizes from 00 to 7, and they're different weights, and they're monitored by, there's an international code of building and designing these bowls, and they must conform, and because they must be able to be used internationally, so that when you buy your bowls, they're done to a standard. And then most bowls, when you come out to be taught how to bowl, they will introduce you to the various sizes. We keep a storage area full of used bowls that of all sizes, so that the new member can pick the size of bowl that fits their hand and fits their physique. And then we'll start them with that. They may change a bit between the sizes, but normally they pretty well set on the sizes they choose.
So that's great too, because there isn't a huge cost outlay for people who want to just try the game.
No, the first year is always free. You can use these bowls for a year. Great. So the coaching is free. Now, there's no charge. So I can mention that our annual dues for the club are $170.
It's fabulous, really. What a deal.
Well, we don't have an initiation fee. We stopped that, and it's reasonably priced. And you can bowl here with organized bowling, or you can come here and bowl on your own. We give a key to each member. You can come in and bowl. If it's a sunny afternoon and there's no one here, you can come and practice.
Perfect.
And so it's very open, very flexible, and even if you work, there's things you can come and bowl.
I wanted to ask because I'm envious of this grass. Is it a tough job to keep it in pristine condition?
The grass is a special grass. It grows, as you can see, very short. Fortunately, you have a club that have volunteers who come out at 7 a.m. in the morning to mow this lawn, do it every 2 days or so, and we also have the advice of the greenskeeper from the local golf club who is an expert, and so we listen to what he tells us what to do with the lawn. We have a fancy lawnmower that's worth over $6,000 just to keep this the way it is. And our volunteer workers are fabulous. All of the grass areas, everything, we tend to do it ourselves. So, and that, for those that there are many people who enjoy the activity of volunteering for different activities.
Yeah, lots of fun in a club like this.
Yes, it is. Yeah, we have our work parties. Sometimes they're really work parties, especially when we do the aerating in the fall, and we have to rake up all the stuff and haul it.
Free lessons are offered throughout lawn bowling season until the end of September. Call Phil Ingram at 250-748-0918 for information about lawn bowling lessons. You can enjoy leagues, special events, and barbecues as well. For details, drop into the Cowichan Lawn Bowling Club, located at the west end of 1st Street in Centennial Park in Duncan, or go to the website cowichanlbc.com. We'll take a short break. When we come back, Meg Cuthbert will introduce us to something local and tasty, Salt Spring Island cheese. Phil, I've heard the game compared to, shuffleboard and curling. Are there any comparisons there?
I believe there must be. I haven't been a curler. I've tried shuffleboard, but a lot of the best bowlers here have been a curler.
At the Cowichan Lawn Bowling Club, President Dredge Dreger explains the various kinds of bowls used in the game.
If you wanted to know something about the bowls, they come in different weights, and this is a 7, and of course Phil was using the 7, and this is a 3, and they look very much the same, but they do weigh differently. And again, you have to know where the bias is, because that's a small side, it's a small side. They're different makes. This is a Drake's Pride, very English. This is a classic. Henselite comes from Australia. So different parts of the world, different bowls, but the regulation is the same. They must all conform to the sizing. Okay, this is the rolling face of the bowl, and this is the big circle, and this is the little circle. This has the weight on it. There is a flatter shoulder on this side than on this side. So when the bowl rolls down, it will tip to the weight and roll onto the shoulder to curl down the grass. And so, and you have to recognize how much curl is in your bowl when you deliver it. You bowl to a line. It's something similar to what they do in curling, where they bowl to a broom or a point. You have to bowl to a point when you're bowling with the lawn bowls. You do the same thing. You don't bowling at the jack, you're bowling at your point, and you let the curl bring it to the jack.
Now I understand there is competitive bowling 3 days a week?
3 days a week. We have on Monday morning, we have what's called laddered pairs. It's an individual competition, but you bowl like pairs. But your points are kept separate, so at the end of the whole thing, there's one winner. On Tuesday evening, it's our singles, and that's where you're bowling one-on-one, and that's tooth and nail as well. And on Thursday afternoon, we have our Thursday evening pairs, and that's divided into 2 segments. So there's a spring segment and then a summer segment, although the spring segment ends in the summer, but yeah, there's 2 separate trophies for that. Yeah, and all these, any competitions we have or tournaments we have not really prizes, but plaques that you get your name engraved on, and it stays for posterity on the wall of the club, and yeah, it's lots of fun.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, you do have exchanges with some of the clubs around.
We do. The last number of years we've had exchanges with Sydney, and that happens in late May, and Parksville happens in September, and it's 1 year we go there, and the next year it's turnabout. And last year we had a message from Swanson. They wanted to come across the water and bowl over here, and this year we're going there. So
I think that's kind of fun. Ever mix it up in the region a bit?
Yes, it is. It's lots of fun, and it's interesting to go to someone else's green as well, because the grass is different everywhere.
Yes,
I just had 3 weeks in New Zealand, which was really interesting because their greens are much faster than ours. So you roll a lot of bowls into the ditch without meaning to.
Yeah, that's part of the, I guess it's part of adjusting to the game in different places.
Yes, it is.
Keeps it challenging for you.
Indeed, indeed. There's always a challenge.
In addition to the competition, there are plenty of fun events and socializing at the Cowichan Lawn Bowling Club. Members even created this special stained glass window with the lawn bowling initials. Thanks for joining us on the program. We've had a great time here. Such friendly people at the Cowichan Lawn Bowling Club. You can come and enjoy it yourself at any of the open houses or check the website. And don't forget, in your neighborhood in the Cowichan Valley, there must be stories, so we'd love to hear about them. You can reach us on Facebook or Twitter or just send us an email, and we hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Women's clothing provided by Tulip Noir. Casual designer fashions. Men's wardrobe by DG Bremner & Co. Menswear and accessories. Hair services provided by Salon J.